Alright, you're gonna, behind the scenes, you're gonna Suzanne, Jason, hi Jason. This is Dove. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, I might want to grab this illustration. So thank you Amanda, thank you Sandra. What a great room. So I was nominated Saturday, so that wasn't that far ago, and of course International Women's Day is today, and this is something that I do every year to recognize women, and I said to, we were talking about how do we pull together, some women so that we could actually celebrate and talk about the issues that matter on International Women's Day, and no word of a lie, I thought there would be 20 people, and so to see the enormous number of people, great women in this room today is wonderful. So thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for joining me and everyone here to celebrate International Women's Day. We are here to talk about a really important issue, and that is women. And I'm going to start off by saying that I'm really proud to have worked in government and with a Prime Minister that took unprecedented steps to making progress towards gender equality by appointing a gender-balanced cabinet. But that is only the first step. We need to encourage a lot more women to take on leadership roles in their businesses, in their communities, and in politics. And to do this, we want to inspire women to get more engaged, more interested, and more active. We need to nurture and spark those young women and all women to make that difference and to take it to the next level and to get involved. An interesting fact, the first woman elected to the House of Commons in Canada was Agnes MacPhail, and that was in 1921, which, by the way, was also the first election where women were allowed to vote. So in 1921 was the first time a woman could vote in federal politics. And she, when elected, had to go where no women had gone before, the Canadian Parliament. And what Agnes did while there was bring in legislation demanding equal pay and equal work for women. So that was the beginning. She also was the only woman in the House of Commons for 14 years, because it wasn't until 1935 when she was joined by Martha Black. And since that time, in 1935, the ratio of men to women in Parliament has somewhat improved, but I think everyone will agree that we still have a long ways to go. Studies show that women have the right stuff to become leaders, and great leaders. They show that women are transformational, they care about developing their followers, listening, they stimulate people to think outside the box, and they are inspirational. And in fact, I was sort of doing a little bit of research, as some of the people here in this room know me to do. Found a little factoid that said that there's a prediction that somewhere in the future, women leaders will thrive simply because their management styles are better suited for the 21st century workplace dynamics. But knowing that we have the right stuff is only half of the battle. We have to convince others that we do too, including ourselves. To do this, we need to confront stereotypes head on. We need to battle biased perceptions and double standards. We need to develop strategies to help support and inspire each other. And you know what? As others in the room have said earlier, it isn't just about us women here in the room. It is a call to action for the men everywhere to also take note, to get involved and promote feminism for all of us. And it is a team effort and a group effort that involves the men and everyone. I have had the privilege to have a lot of male champions in my life. And I am here today because of the support of women in my life and men in my life. But I will tell you a little something personal. The first champion that started all of this was my father. My father never saw gender at all. He encouraged me to be my very best and to do the very best. And he has done that my entire life. So for me, he was the first feminist. If I'm elected on April the 3rd to represent the riding of Markham Thornhill, you can bet that I will take on the barriers and push to see more women in leadership roles. Having more women in leadership roles, especially more diverse women, is key to building a country that is truly representative of our communities and a country that we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Maybe you have to stand right here.